Shout out to him.
But we're the haters.
Right.
We're the haters. What's going on, LBHT crew? All right. I mean, it was a competitive game. The Ravens lost 27-20 to the Chiefs. Um, you know, we're obviously not happy about it. But, when the three of us tell you what's going on with this team and we tell you the issues that we have with this team, that is not hating, that is not us being negative, that is us telling you what we see. And what y'all saw tonight is exactly what we were seeing. Okay, the O-line does not look good. Okay, Derrick Henry looks like a 30-year-old. All right, Derrick Henry cannot help you in the pass game. Lamar Jackson needs more weapons. Now, shout out to Isaiah Likely because he decided to step up. Right, Mark Andrews. Remember, it wasn't that long ago. Mark Andrews was top 2, not 2. Remember that? He was top 2, not 2.
Right. I mean, they still say he top 3. I don't remember seeing him in the game.
Now it's catch 1 for 2. All right, he caught that ball for 2 yards and slipped and it just went right to the ground. It didn't even look like he slipped. It looked like the gravity pulled him. So all right. Look, it is week 1. Okay, look, it's not all bad. It is week 1. Okay, every team every team is going to look sloppy. The Chiefs look sloppy. That's the scary thing. They're going to look a lot better down the stretch. We'll look better too.
Carolina ain't gonna look sloppy. Gonna beat the brakes off the Saints.
Who?
Carolina. They ain't gonna look sloppy.
What, in Madden or?
Right.
Okay.
Everybody looks
our quarterback ain't gonna miss our number 1 receiver wide open.
Wow.
Whatever. I
think he will.
I think he won't.
I think
either he's going to hit him or he's not going to get the pass off.
No, that's not going to be a problem anymore. We'll talk. Hey, we're going to talk about that on Sunday. But all right, look, guys. Hendo's here. Let's start with Hendo, man. Give us your thoughts on the game. I'm sorry. Before we do that, let's give a shout out to the chat. Okay, shout out to everybody in the chat. Darius Simmons in the house. What's going on, Darius? Salute to you. Suge, there you are. Suge was first. He was first to comment. Suge was giddy about that. Suge, I hope you win your game on Sunday, because if you don't, it's gonna be a long week. And I picked the Steelers to win that game, by the way. Jeremy Miller, what's going on? Says a literal inch. What a game of football. Yeah. Yep. Dewan 100 says, yo, we had Wiggins as a first round gunner most of the game, free Cleveland, and they had Hill blocking Jones the last 3 to 4 plays. Crazy. Just crazy. And what up, fam? What's up, Dewan?
It was funny. I noticed that, and it was like when people used to sub punters and kickers into the O-line on Madden to show that it didn't matter the ratings on the O-line because he's so tiny, and Chris Jones like 3 times his size. But look, I told Reg, those are the best blocks that Justice Hill's ever thrown in his life.
Facts.
Yes. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Shout out to Troy Grubb. Says, heartbreak way to lose a game. Yeah. I thought it was a touchdown. It's a game of inches for sure. Buck, what's going on? Heartbreak. Wow. I mean, first game of the season, I'm not going to call it a heartbreak. It sucks to lose that way, though. What's going on, Noah? Says, so happy to see you guys after this game. Yes, indeed. Felipe Marino in the house. Says Lamar choked in the end. Ooh. Wow. Okay. All right. You think he choked the game? I mean, he did miss that one pass. I want to say he choked. I think
it's always funny because he made the very next one.
He did. But again, I'm glad you're here, Felipe, because you're a great example of what we're talking about with our fan base. And I'm not picking on you, Felipe, but when they make terrible moves in the offseason, you guys praise it, right? When they make a bad pick in the draft, which was Nate Wiggins, and I'm saying he's a bad player. He's good. I think he's gonna be an excellent player. Bad pick. You guys love it. But then when you go out there and see the offense struggle, it's, oh, well, why isn't Lamar doing something? Lamar is doing everything. He is doing everything. Him and Isaiah Likely. Who else? Who else are you feeling good about in that game? Derrick Henry. We all love Derrick Henry. Remember that? You all love Derrick Henry when that signing happened. Lamar finished with more carries and more yards. That's your Derrick Henry right there.
And Killicam, this is what I thought as well. He said the last pass was a miscommunication that he thought Zay would sit, and I thought that's what happened as well by Zay's reaction, because Zay wasn't even angry, and neither was Lamar. Like they were almost laughing.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it didn't look like he just overthrew him. It did look like there was miscommunication there, which always happens on offense. Mm-hmm. Haitian Chris, what's going on? Says, I've been a Harbaugh and DaCosta apologist for years. I finally finna to crash out. Welcome. I'll say, go ahead, Hendo.
Coach.
Oh, no,
what's up, Coach?
What's going on? I was just gonna say, even with that pass that he missed to Zay Flowers, it was because of the pressure. If the O-line had played a little bit better and he had more time, touchdown, game tied, or we go for the 2-point conversion. But people are not going to talk about that. The only thing they're going to talk about is, oh, Lamar missed a couple of passes. That O-line was putrid. I mean, Lele, I don't know what that guy was doing. Like I saw times when he was just standing there looking for somebody to touch. And Makari was on the ground 2 or 3 times. Like, it's just a joke. And people just thought that these guys with no starting experience was going to come into the game and actually look like a real offensive line.
Yeah, like my impression from this game was like, look, Lamar played well overall. Obviously, he missed some throws. Obviously, you want to see him hit Zay. You want to see him hit Likely the play before. But the O-line played poorly. Derrick Henry was a non-factor. The defense was bad, and the coaching was bad. So because and the defense being bad is really kind of the number one thing for me, because they gave up 27 points, and people were like, oh, they made plays here and there, blah blah blah. It's the Chiefs. But they gave it 27, and it should have been more. Pacheco dropped a touchdown. Juju dropped a would-be touchdown. They had the play with P. Ryan that they didn't connect on. Like, the defense did not play well. Right. No. They got burned multiple times. Rashee Rice ate them up. And that is supposed to be the strength of the team. That's where you've put your resources, right? I didn't like on offense. I didn't like the amount of hits that Lamar was taking. Running the ball. I don't want to see him running 16 times when you sign Derrick Henry. All right. To supposedly, King Henry, right? To come in there, and he's the guy he's the only one, like, he's the throwback. He's the guy who's going to run it 400 times a year. And he had 13, 14 carries. So I didn't like that. I was very pleasantly surprised by Isaiah Likely. Isaiah balled out. Yes. You want to see him get his toe inbounds, but things happen.
Yeah.
Super shocked. And Jose, said that he thinks that maybe Mark Andrews isn't 100%, but super shocked that he lost his job in week 1, because he did lose his job, or he should have. That should be it.
I asked in our Discord, by the way, if you want to be a part of Discord, head over to Patreon, patreon.com/LBHTShow. Right. $5 will get you in. Okay. Once you're in, you're in. Okay. We don't kick anybody out unless you do something to get kicked out. All right. But I was asking over in Discord, man, like, is he hurt? Because early in the game he wasn't in there, and Isaiah Likely was getting all the targets. All right. And I'm like, man, like, what's going on with him? But then finally he got in the game. He made a couple catches, but no, he didn't. I mean, that catch where he caught the ball and just fell down, he didn't look like himself, right? I feel like he's not 100%. They're saying he's 100%. I don't think he's 100%. I think they're kind of just slowly, working him out there.
And that may be the case, but even if he's not 100%, Isaiah Likely is better than what Mark Andrews was. Tonight he was.
All right. D-Bank says Lamar missed 2 passes. Yeah. But he also hit, but he hit Likely on the last pass. He just didn't get his toe in.
How many short passes did Mahomes miss? Like 3. QBs miss passes. It happens.
Yeah. Yeah, he missed a few, and he got an interception.
And listen, listen. The thing that kind of gets to me about this is everybody's going to point out what Lamar didn't do, but once again, we come into a season knowing full damn well Lamar is our only offense.
Mhm.
Everything runs through him. He has to pass. He has to run the ball. And without him, we wouldn't even have been in this game. That pass to Isaiah Likely, he had to scramble for his life and get the ball out. So let's stop talking about the things that he didn't do and let's concentrate on the things that he did do. He's going to get better. His time with the receivers is going to get better. And we're gonna, of course, skirt over the fact of the defense. We're gonna blame Lamar and say he missed the throw. What about the defense? What about Zach Orr? I understand this is his first season, but they kept getting burned on the same play. They got burned on the same play 8 times. And don't you think the teams in the future are going to look at this and try to replicate that? They're going to go over the middle. Like, come on, man.
Felipe's here to talk about Marlon giving up another touchdown. I don't really think that's on Marlon so much.
No, that wasn't his fault.
He thought that there was a safety over top, and there wasn't. So I mean, it could be on him. Maybe there wasn't supposed to be one, but it was a miscommunication.
Shout out to Will G for the $5 donation. Do you have that comment there, B?
I'm pulling it up now.
All right. And while B's pulling up that comment, just want to say, if you want to be awesome like Will G, okay, this is how we do super chats over here. All right. The pin link that you see in the chat box will take you to our Streamlabs page. It works just like a super chat. Also, that QR code is to our Cash App. That's $LBHTShow. Both ways, you leave your donation, leave your comment. You get a nice little animation right there on the screen, and we'll read your comment on air. And B has a comment.
Bro, there's so many things you got to click on. It is ridiculous. I'm almost there. I'm sorry, Will. He says, "What's up, fellas? Tough loss, but we can build off that for sure. King Henry is here for when it gets cold. Likely took the next step in his progression. I have very little worries. Not every team has a pass rush dominant D tackle." No, not
Yeah,
they,
true.
they don't. But
Well, look, we'll say some positive things there, and he's right. He's right there. Derrick Henry will have his moments, right, where he's going to look dominant. Our concern with Derrick Henry is he going to be able to do that all season long and into the playoffs? Don't think so. The other concern was, with Derrick Henry there, is that going to take pressure off Lamar running after game one? The answer is no, right? But the other things, yeah, I do believe they're going to get better. I believe I said it before. Like, I'm waiting until like week 5 or 6 for the O line to really come together, right? But that doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize them in the meantime, because this is what John Harbaugh and EDC wanted. This is the team that they put together. This is the team that they are saying, no, we don't need to go and trade for Brandon Ayuk. No, we don't need to go and sign Robert Hunt. Right? We don't need to go and draft a guard or a tackle in the first round. We don't need to move up in a draft to go get one of those guys. We like our guys, right? Yes, we're going to throw Voorhees out there. We love Voorhees. You guys love Voorhees, okay? Right? So I don't give them an excuse of, well, they're new and they're learning. Nah, man, we're trying to win the Super Bowl this year.
Right.
They need to perform right now. That's the team that we have to beat. Okay, and they are going to get better. They can go out there and look sloppy and still win. We can't. So, hey, we love Rashad Bateman. We got Rashad Bateman at home, right? We're gonna, Rashad Bateman always open. So we gotta go out there and win with those players.
And shout out to Rashad. He made a very nice catch down the sideline tonight.
He did.
But you've got to be more involved.
My friend Antonio is in the chat. What's going on, Antonio? Says the truth is we need someone else to beat the Chiefs because we can't seem to beat them. We can beat them. But yeah, man, when it looks like a team has your number, man, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
All right. We got almost 100 people in here.
Ooh.
Football is back. All right, look, now it is over 100. All right, look, hit the like button. Y'all need to hit the like button, and if you're new, hit the subscribe button. We are close to 2,000 subscribers. We're less than like 50 away. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. See Iron Addict, what's going on?
Whoa,
Salute, salute.
little
You
trust.
got what's going
Ebays.
on, Darren?
Oh, what's up?
So guys, exactly what I expected. A close loss. Yeah, I did too. Like, it's frustrating to see it, but it's the sky isn't falling over here. We are never too high or too low on the Ravens. Okay, like losses like this, we're not panicking. Right? It is week 1. It is on the road. Right, and we have a lot of young guys that need to develop. The O line needs to gel. I think it. I mean, it will get better. How much better? I don't know, but it will get better. But the concern is Derrick Henry, 13 carries, not effective at all in passing plays. He has to come out the game down the stretch because he can't catch the ball. You know who could catch the ball, guys? Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, Austin Eckler. All those guys that you're like, oh, they're not better than Derrick Henry. They could have been in the game at the end there. Right? Derrick Henry, 30-year-old Derrick Henry, again, he has a little juice, hopefully. But yeah, Josh Jacobs, killer. Exactly. Yeah.
Hold on. Here. D Banks says, here y'all come with the weird Rashad hate. D Banks, Rashad Bateman was drafted in the first round, and through 3 seasons, he had 1,167 yards and 4 touchdowns. Why don't you hate that? Why do you like that?
No, hold on. Yes or no? Is Rashad Bateman our number 1 wide receiver? Is he a number 1 wide receiver? Let me ask you that. Is Rashad Bateman a number 1 wide receiver? Yes or no? Don't try to cop any please. Don't put any caveats. Yes or no? Is Rashad Bateman a number 1 wide receiver?
I know you're talking about the chat, D Banks, but I'm asking you, why don't you hate that?
Because we all have
says I don't want to hear anything about Bateman. He says bust.
He's not a bust. He may be busted.
No, I mean, we gave him props for that catch. It was a good catch.
That was a great catch. But then he also had the penalty, and look, I know that this the pass was low, and he may not have been able to catch it, but he didn't try to catch it. He doesn't look like he's a guy who has his head 100% in the game, and he's given full effort all the time. It just doesn't look like that. And I mean, I don't know if that's because he's not getting the amount of targets he thinks he should get. I don't know if it's something else, or maybe I'm just wrong, and that's just the way he moves around. Maybe that's just his natural body language, and it's not that at all. But the fact is, they used a first round pick on him, and he hasn't been productive. Period.
D-Bang says, I don't hate Bateman because I see the context. We don't hate Bateman. We don't hate anybody, right? He said, except for Villanueva. He's been hurt. Now he's not, so he still gets a chance from me.
He wasn't hurt in the 34 games he played.
Yo, D-Banks, I hear you. But my question is, do you think he's a number 1 wide receiver? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Right? Like, if the obvious answer is no, you don't think he's a number 1 wide receiver.
You just
all right. So when we say we need more weapons, right? This is not the year, guys and gals. Okay, this is not the year for hopes and dreams to be a part of our plan.
Right.
Okay, we need guys that we know can play now. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. We have to go through that team that just beat us. That this is the worst football that they're going to play all year. That's going to be the worst football that they play. They're only going to get better. Xavier Worthy, who smoked us all night, is only going to get better. Rashee Rice, who smoked us on one route, just a one slant, is going to get better. And this is without Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown didn't play tonight, by the way.
Right.
Okay, so Kim has a comment here saying that the Chiefs always keep.
What's up, Kim? She's a Chiefs fan.
Derrick Henry in check over the last few years. But verify your stats, man. So I'm looking.
That is false.
I'm looking at the stats right now.
4 games, 460 something yards, I think.
So it depends on what you mean by the last few years, right? Because he played Kansas City in the playoffs in 2020, 19 carries, 69 yards and a touchdown. Played Kansas City in the playoffs in 2018, so the 2017 season, and destroyed y'all. 23 carries, 156 and a touchdown. Let me check out the regular season here. Last regular season game, 17 carries, 115 and 2 touchdowns. That was in November of 2022.
So opposite of what you were saying, Kim.
29 carries, 86 yards. So that's not a very good game.
Nah.
2021. But so I mean, it's up and down, right? But you know, he's a superstar player. You would expect him to perform. But the thing is, Kim, he's not playing in Tennessee anymore. He's playing with Lamar Jackson on the best rushing team in the history of the league. Honestly, and you shouldn't be going out there for 13 carries for 50 yards when you're playing in the same backfield as the best running quarterback in the history of football, and you're supposed to be, you know, this battering ram, this unstoppable King Henry, who again, it seemed like Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico had never seen him before because they were shocked by how big he is for the first 10 minutes of the game.
And right, Coach, it was 2 routes. Shout out to Shook for the 169 donation. What's Shook saying?
I got to read what Shook says?
Not really.
All right. Shook's
optional.
Hold on. I have no wait. It says, tough loss, Baltimore, but way to make it a close game. But like Dominic Toretto says, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. Good luck next game. Smile for me, Hendo.
spoken like a true winner that Dominic Toretto is. Speaking of winners, I got Ferris is here. Oh, we can't bring up. Well, hold on.
Guys, how's everybody?
Okay, calm it down.
Sorry, guys.
Let's say we got to switch just to the dynamic scene. We're gonna bring up Ferris.
Okay, you want
make him small, put him in the corner.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Tony? High five, Tony. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, I don't like this. We're just gonna switch it up. How you doing?
I'm doing good, guys.
But no, Kim. Jesus, exactly. He's King Henry. I expected better, and so did you guys. We did not expect better.
We over here.
In fact, I said before the game he was going to have 13 carries for like 47 yards or whatever. We thought it was a bad decision to sign Derrick Henry after his 30th birthday and after going over 1,800 career carries, and after Tennessee, who thinks they're an ascending team, kicked him to the curb. We thought that was a bad move. They should have gone with Saquon. And we should, or even, DeAndre Swift or Josh Jacobs, one of the other running backs, but not a guy who's on his decline.
Yeah, you're saying I should have drafted him in fantasy?
No, he'll be fine in fantasy. I'm sure.
He got a touchdown out of it. Coach says he has a video of that 22 game on his channel, so you can check it out there. Coach has 2 channels: Sip to Tally Films, which you also need to go and subscribe to. He's close to 10,000 subscribers. It would mean a lot to us if you got him to 10,000. He's a good friend of ours. All right. Also, more Sip to Tally Films. Okay, that's for all the other 31 teams in the NFL. Okay?
For the streets.
For the streets. All right, go over there and subscribe. Cannot wait for Coach to break down this game.
Can't wait.
What's going on, Davon? Davon's in the house.
What's up, Davon?
Oh, he's awake.
Let's go, Danity. Yes,
they're gonna be safe.
Yeah, he took a pregame nap, so he's good to go. AJC well. Senior says Henry needs an opening to run through. I saw no openings. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have an O-line.
Haitian Chris asking where's the legend himself, Rasheen Ali. They put him on IR right before the game.
Yep.
Like 2 hours before the game or something like that. They put him on IR and they brought up, who was it? Josh Ross.
Who's Josh Ross?
It's a linebacker depth for them.
Oh.
Special teams.
It's like you don't even know who these people are.
D-Bay
This
says Keaton about to return like the McRib.
this is the reality for Baltimore right here. Like that's what's going to be a game changer for you. Like
Yes.
you've got Lamar, who is Lamar, obviously. You've got Zay, who I think he's going to be a superstar. I don't think that Rashad Bateman is trash. Like we talk bad about Bateman, we make fun of him, but I still think he's a talented guy. But Keaton Mitchell is that third guy who can make explosive plays for Baltimore because that's what they really lack. I mean, you watch Lamar out there for most of the night. They're throwing. They said was it through the entire first half, his average depth of target was about
1 yard.
1 yard.
And that's a combination of, hey, we don't really have any receivers that we trust outside of Zay, and hey, we know this O-line can't hold up to let routes develop. So that's why Justice Hill was 8 or 9 targets tonight. It's not a good thing.
Hey, what's up, Josh? Man, it's football. It's football season.
Guy's
Josh is back. He says, I'm kind of a Bateman truther, but still it's not a proven thing except he flashes like crazy, or he has anyway. Cool. Do you think he's a number 1 wide receiver? Why won't anybody answer my question?
Because they don't want to tell the truth, man.
I'm a Bateman truther as well.
Uh-oh.
But yes, I think he can get better. But if you're asking me, is he a number 1 wide receiver? No way.
Josh says, I like the dump offs. Defenders will come at Lamar like a magnet, so that's there a lot. I hope we keep taking it. Nobody's saying to not dump the ball off. We're saying that can't be the entirety of your pass offense like it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
For
There's some things that they're
half.
trying to get going that I liked out there. We're trying to get the screen game going. We're obviously not used to running it. They gotta hold up the blocks better. They gotta clean it up a little bit. They gotta execute it a little bit better. But I didn't mind seeing those plays.
What is this? He's not a number 1 until it's proven. We have an ample sample size to see if he's a number 1 wide receiver.
Thanks.
I think it's proven that he's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
He could become one.
Yes,
but he's not.
But he's not.
Yep.
Speaking of cleaning up, what was it? 5 illegal formation penalties
on the first drive.
Okay, I think the refs were going a little overboard with that.
They were told to go overboard with it. Line up the way you're supposed to line up.
Yeah, because
they didn't do that for the Chiefs.
Like I said, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the linemen themselves. Like I wasn't watching and everything.
A lot
of people on Twitter were.
Well, you know, Juwan Taylor was lining off.
Yeah, it was funny. Like that rule.
He's always lining off time.
The rule is because of the Chiefs last year. That's what's funny about this. The reason they called it on the Ravens is because last year the Chiefs broke that rule on opening night against Detroit with Juwan Taylor saying hi to the running back, saying, "Hey, how you doing, Isaiah? How you doing?"
Right.
Yeah. Like it's funny. It's like Juwan Taylor wasn't called. Like the rule he broke, he didn't break it. Bro, it was like Ronnie Stanley's nose wasn't close to his, because the rule was your head has to be parallel to the belt line of your center, so your head has to be there. And like Ronnie Stanley's nose, it's
one of them for sure. I was like, he's just standing up. Like it's not if he crouched down a little bit, he's
bro. The first one, I'm like, okay, got you. The second one, I'm like, okay, all right. The third one, I'm like, all right, really? The fourth one, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And the fifth one, I'm like, you know what? This is some BS right now.
Well, first of all, the fifth one was Rashad Bateman wasn't lined up, and they showed it. He clearly was not on line of scrimmage. So, but listen, let's not conflate things. And a lot of Ravens fans are going to say, well, the refs cheated us out of a game. No, what lost us the game was your head coach, John Harbaugh, and his misuse of timeouts, as it has been since he's been the head coach. He didn't use them in the first half, and then he burned them too early in the second half. The refs are going to be the reason that people are not going to talk about John Harbaugh and his consistent mismanagement of this team.
Which is funny.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because coming from it, he comes from the Andy Reid tree. Like that was Andy Reid. And guess what Andy Reid had? He had a problem with timeouts and time management. And that's one thing he got from Andy Reid, but couldn't get anything else. But he got that.
He called 2 timeouts because the defense wasn't in the right set. Can't have that.
Nah, man.
Cannot have that. I couldn't. I mean, the penalties. as many as they were calling, I couldn't get past just how bad our O line looked. Right, I just
Yeah.
couldn't get past that. I couldn't get past like I give Todd Monken a lot of credit because he did his best to mask that.
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
like the short passes. I think he did a good job managing it, to be honest. But it's obvious that this O line is weak, and it's obvious that they knew this way in advance that this O line was going to be weak, and they're like, "Well, we'll just deal with it." So that's why they get no pass from me.
Mhm.
This is a team that they wanted. This is a team that they signed off on and said, "Cool." This isn't a team where it's just like, "Oh, well, we thought they'd be further along, or we thought this person would be better." They are exactly what they thought they were going to be.
Yeah, EDC
And
said during his press conference. I'm sorry, EDC said during his press conference. Yeah, there are going to be some hiccups, but we'll be good next year.
there you go.
But they
There
are
you go.
who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Thank you, Ferris, for the sound bite. Right on
Shout out to
time.
Denny Green. But that's kind of like the common theme in NFL history, right? You have the dynamic quarterback, right? And you kind of like, oh, we don't have that. Forget it. He'll do something. It's like that's what happened in Atlanta with Michael Vick. Like the team wasn't that good around Michael Vick, and they're like, we need to give Michael Vick some receivers. It's whatever. He'll just run around, make a play, and make two linebackers hit each other, and we'll get a first down. It doesn't matter.
And
You know what?
hold on.
But he
Ferris.
had wide receivers.
I want to say a shout out to Jay for the $5
Who?
donation on Cash Chat on
Roddy
Cash
White?
App. I'm right in the middle of doing the thing. So we're on the scene. We don't have the animation on here. I gotta get that fixed. But he says the
Okay.
Ravens are going to trade up for McMillan, right? I'm not sure which McMillan he's talking about.
Nate?
Well, Jalen got drafted last year, right? So I don't think that's
Jalen McMillan, the Washington wide receiver that got drafted this year.
Yeah,
What's up, Robert?
last
Thomas?
year
was-
being
Coming
the
through.
last draft.
What's going
Oh,
on?
the previous one. Okay,
He's talking about
coming
next
up.
year.
Okay.
Yes, and saying trade up.
Antonio says, I think that's why we cleared cap space. We cleared space for the cap so we could get someone for the O line. It's too late.
Ain't nobody to get.
Hey, first of all, the Ravens right now are only $4.8 million over the cap. What offensive lineman, and more importantly, what team is going to let go of a decent offensive lineman right now? Teams aren't letting go of offensive linemen. They may give you a wide receiver or running back. They're not giving you an O lineman. This is something they should have handled before the season started. And they saw the practices. They knew that these guys weren't ready. They saw the preseason. And everybody said, well, let's wait for the cuts. And we'll pick somebody up off the street.
I want to ask the chat.
That
By
Arizona
the way,
receiver is nice.
yeah, 130 people in here. Hit that like button. If you are new and you're liking the content, hit the subscribe button. Okay. If there are, what's the count at? 48, something like that. 48 people in here that haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. All right. You want to come back here for more content like this. If you're new, we cover a lot of Ravens and Panthers. B's a Panthers fan. Hendo's a Ravens fan. I'm a Ravens fan. Ferris over there.
He just likes sports.
Yeah,
Big fan of
say he likes
guys.
sports.
I love
He just
sports.
likes sports. That's about it.
Shout out to Cam Newton. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Cam.
But I want to ask people in the chat. We lost this game. Who were the players that stood out to you? Like, or who do you put the onus on for losing this game? We lost this game because blank. That's why I want to know. Because I saw how some of you guys feel early on when we started the stream. A lot of Lamar choked, or if Lamar would have hit this pass. If Lamar would have hit the pass, we're still down 27-26, right? Harbaugh wanted to go for 2. And with Harbaugh, that ain't a guarantee. Okay? So we could have still lost. But who do y'all blame? Okay, I just want to see what we got in here. We got EDC coaching, overreaching, Reflon John, coaching and timeouts, coaching and bad O-line play, Harbs, coaching, terrible coaching, front office coaching. So somebody's getting closer to the answer. That's our guy Davon. He says all pro Marlowe. Now I'm not singling out Marlowe. I don't think he played bad, but what I'm saying is It's the defense's fault. And why is it the defense's fault? Because that's where we put all of our resources. That's where we put all of our resources. That's why we have a saying around here, hashtag defund the defense. Stop pouring all your resources into the defense. That defense gave up 27 points, and it could have been a lot worse. All right. That play where everybody's blaming Marlowe for giving up that touchdown to Worthy, I don't put that on him. I think that was miscommunication. There should have been safety over top. But it's on the defense, right? When we need to get the ball back, we need more than the 2 minutes they gave us, or less than 2 minutes that they gave us. Get them off the field. Right?
Hey.
When they tip the ball and almost get the interception, you need to get that interception. That's what we're paying you to do. Right. Yeah. I'm sorry, Heather. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. Haitian Chris has put up a comment that kind of solidifies what we're talking about. Where we talking about why is JAD playing more than Nate Wiggins?
JP got it defense.
So
he's a Haitian Chris.
Yeah. He was asking why Jalen Armour-Davis played more than Wiggins did. And that's the point. Why did we draft a corner in the first round? A corner is not going to help this team win. A corner is not going to help us beat the Chiefs. And the sad reality of all this is we're sitting here now talking about, man, this offensive line is horrible. The offense, Lamar doesn't have playmakers. We're saying that now, but come off season when Brandon Stevens is a free agent and they let go of Marlowe, we're going to draft another corner in the first round next year and be in the same situation.
But he bangs us over. He cracks me up. We knew there would be growing pains with the defense. Are we seriously blaming them? Or reworded, we knew the defense was going to suck. Are we saying they suck? Like, yes, if you thought that there would be growing pains, you shouldn't have known there would be growing pains. They still have a ton of talent on the defense.
It's the same
ton of talent on the defense.
I think it's the same defense, just different coordinator, correct?
No, I mean, they lost a few players, but they have a ton of talent on the defense. Right?
The biggest losses... Yeah, Clowney and Queen.
Clarby, Queen, Darby, and maybe he was
Darby.
He played the slot pretty well.
I'm okay. I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm saying you went and you used a first round pick on a corner, and you went and you brought back Arthur Millette and you signed Ardarius Washington. He wasn't a loss, right? Yeah. But yes, like whether you expected there to be struggles or not, when they happen, you still have to blame them. They don't get a pass for giving up 27 points and should have been more in the opening game. What do you mean?
Because you know what happened? Because the first half they gave up 13 points. They forced a turnover. I said, okay, they figured out what the Chiefs are doing here. They're going to come in the second half and they're going to hold them. And I even told B, I said that first drive that the Chiefs get the ball, they are going to score because that's the type of team that they are. They understand what they need to do to win the game, and they're going to come out guns blazing to try to get a touchdown on the first drive. The Ravens need to hold them to a field goal. If they hold them to a field goal, we're in business. They give up a touchdown, right? Then they give up another touchdown. Like, they choked in the second half is what happened. This defense is good enough to make it a struggle like they did in the first half. They just choked. That's all.
Thanks to Shook for the $1 donation. He said, I forgot to say Agent Zero got anger issues and looked really mediocre without Patrick Queen. Talking about Roquan Smith. Who to be fair, was guilty of a couple of late hits on Pat Mahomes that didn't get called. But that's
I'm cool with it.
Now the problem is the problem with that play was if he doesn't get the unnecessary roughness penalty, y'all get the holding penalty brings them back. It doesn't offset because that penalty offset. Remember?
Well, no, that one wasn't on him. That one was on.
They called it on Marcus Williams, but he hit. He did hit.
Yeah. So if he doesn't do that, it's holding Chiefs only. It's 2nd and 20 instead of it was 3rd and 8. It would have been 3rd and 18 instead of 3rd and 8 again. So.
It would have been 2nd and 18.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Jerome Taylor, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Says, or put our guys in bad positions. You got a linebacker covering a wide receiver. That's me. Hold on a second. Let me look.
I thought that was me for a minute.
Go ahead and finish reading that. Let me turn this off.
Yeah, he says, and you got one of the fastest DBs in this year's draft not guarding Worthy. Look, watch any game in the NFL, and you will see linebackers covering wide receivers. It happens. It doesn't matter how experienced your defensive coordinator is. It doesn't matter who you have on your team. It doesn't matter who's out there on the field. It happens in every single game. The offense's their entire job is to find and create mismatches against the defense, which is what they try to do with Xavier Worthy. And you have one of the greatest offensive coaches of all time on the other sideline. No, I mean, but that's not to say that Orr was perfect or anything like that. But it's just like that alone isn't a huge deal to me, because again, that happens in every single game, every single defense. Hey, I mean, Trenton Simpson's a linebacker. He knocked the ball away from Rashee Rice. Why couldn't Roquan? Right?
He did one play, I think.
But I mean, I'm saying, like, Dre Greenlaw completely shut down Travis Kelce. Why couldn't Kyle
Malik
Hamilton?
Harrison was the one that's getting picked on.
Yeah, Malik.
What's going on, Eric L? Thanks for coming through, brother.
What's up?
Says greetings, brother men. How did Mr. Nandi Madubuike do tonight?
Swell. He stole his money.
So you're saying he Albert Hainsworth, y'all?
It's one game.
Nah, not that bad.
It's one game.
Oh, not that bad? All right.
Yeah.
I like how everyone knew what Albert Hainsworth meant. Shout out to Albert Hainsworth.
Yes, we know football.
Yeah.
That time he tried to kill a man in the middle of the game.
Okay. B Spark says, with all the flags, horrible calls, and bad line, we lost by a toe. I take that. Now trade Mark Andrews and get us fast wide receivers. I hate to tell you this, B Spark. You can't get a slow wide receiver for Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews isn't tradable right now. He looks awful.
It was a lot of deep passing game, but you didn't have the receivers for a deep passing game. But then your offensive line doesn't allow you to have a deep passing game because Lamar goes back and then Chris Jones is in his face. So it's like, I can't sit here and throw the ball deep when Chris Jones is literally breathing down my neck. So I got to dump it off. So it is what it is.
I mean, look, what were you going to say, B?
Oh, no, I was going to actually say that we want to keep up with the messages in the chat. So we're going to put on subscriber only mode for a bit. If you want to have your messages read, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But we want to be able to keep up here.
Also, too, when I was watching the game, they were talking about how the Chiefs, when they were getting fast receivers like Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, they weren't talking about how like they're going to affect the deep passing game because it's whatever. They're going to affect the intermediate passing game where the safeties and the corners have to fly back to stop them over the top, and then you kind of have like this little no man's land of just probably a linebacker or two where you can do you can slip a slot receiver in or a tight end over, and like you kind of offensive bracket a linebacker where like either he has to go up to stop the over route or the below, and you get down the under route because the receivers are already down the field and the corners and the safeties are no longer there. But y'all don't have the offensive line or the receivers to do that like the Chiefs did with Worthy and Rishi did. That's why Justin Watson was having a great game for a bit because y'all were bailing, and then he just kind of snuck in underneath like, hey, nice. Yeah. And then
isn't that crazy? Travis Kelce didn't do anything.
Exactly.
And
the man looks like a cop. Let's be real. The man is Officer Kelce, badge number 829572 with that mustache and that hairdo. I'm a little weirded out. I don't know what happened with my boy Travis.
He looks like Ferris. He looks like Ferris in a Discord.
Like, whoa. I am not a cop. All right.
You have proudly claimed that title many times.
Okay. I'm a
Shug said,
all right.
Shug wants to know, what do you think TJ Watt's going to do to your O-line? Shug is a Steelers fan.
Nothing.
He's going to tear his pectoral again.
Right. Now Myles Garrett, on the other hand, Myles Garrett going to tear their O-line.
He's going to mess them up.
He's going to dunk on them.
The defensive player of the year.
Outside of the penalties,
all right,
Ronnie Stanley kept Lamar pretty clean. Because the strip sack didn't come on his side, right? They came on the right tackle side.
Yeah.
So Patrick McCarry?
One of them.
I don't remember if it was McCarry in there at the time.
McCarry was the right tackle. Faalele was the right guard.
Yeah, but McCarry came out of the game.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Sorry. I just kind of, just bad offensive lineman. I just assumed.
You just guessing?
No, it's just, shitty offensive linemen. I assumed it was
bump scooping.
I'm just saying,
But
they all
it was
look the
Chris
same.
Jones and bad O lineman.
It was on Rosengarten. Haitian Chris says,
Rosengarten?
Thank you, Haitian Chris Rosengarten.
That's not good.
Did
look,
you
man.
did you listen? Did y'all see that play where it was Rosengarten and it was Falele and they tried to double team Chris Jones and none of them touched him?
Yes.
I'm like, it's two of y'all.
Chris Jones looked at him like, "You think I don't know how to get past you, the two of y'all?"
Watch this.
I don't understand
He
the
said,
right.
"They're like, all right."
Yo,
Oh, I
don't
like that
understand.
Usher reference, Hendo.
The what?
I like that Usher reference there.
Who?
Watch this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I still don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, you know.
I mean, okay, we can look past.
Donovan, why is Falele a starter? Because your GM spent the offseason
Looking for defenders?
vacationing.
Right.
Yeah, because your GM was like, our offensive lines suck. We need wide receivers. Let me draft a
No, I don't,
quarterback.
coach.
No. He says give Rosengarten slack. He's a rookie. No,
Nope.
he's. It doesn't matter if he's a rookie. This is the thing that we kind of go through in sports. Like he's a professional, is what he is. It doesn't matter how long he's been doing it, and if he's good enough to be out on the field, then he needs to do his job. Right?
Well, okay, me and B see things.
But he's the backup right
put
tackle,
things,
though.
We put things in context, right? But and this isn't us picking on Rosengarten. This is us picking on EDC and John Harbaugh for building this team, right? We can't give him slack because he's a rookie. They said we're going to get this guy in a second round and he's going to compete for that right tackle spot. We don't need to go out and get somebody that's proven. Well, if you don't need to get somebody that's proven, that means the guy that you have can step up and do the job, and he can't. Not yet.
That too.
Yeah, Kingsley's a rookie. Exactly.
Left tackle's a rookie. I don't need to give him
Oh yeah, former Oregon left tackle.
Yeah.
By way of BYU.
So no, I don't give any slack to anybody. I'm not sitting here saying, well, I want to wait and see. Yeah, we have to wait and see. But we have to look at these things in real time, right? And we're pointing out the things that we don't like right now, right? They could have played better. I want to see more from Derrick Henry. Why is it? I told B in the second half, we better run that ball, right? Lamar started to wear down the D line a little bit. They were getting tired because he did a lot of running in the first half. I said, now's the time to get the ball in Derrick Henry's hands and really wear them out. And he had, 5 carries in the second half. Not many.
Yes, Norm. He says that if you're a professional, you'll make mistakes, just like someone who is working for a firm and they make a mistake. It's a process. Yes, but you get held accountable for your mistakes.
Yeah, we're not saying cut him.
Right.
Yeah, we just said he made a mistake. You made a mistake.
No. What we're saying is you should have brought somebody in that can actually play the position. Somebody that you knew would protect Lamar because, as we all know, this team doesn't win without Lamar. And why on God's green earth would you go into a season experimenting with the people that are supposed to protect your quarterback?
Well, there's a lot of rookie tackles that come in right away at right tackle and start right away.
So we shouldn't have a rookie tackle then.
Okay, but if he's not prepared to go to the block Chris Jones, then he shouldn't be in the game blocking Chris Jones.
Look, he said, just like someone who working for a firm and they make mistakes is a process. That person, if we're talking about like attorneys, right? A brand new attorney just came in off the street. Are you putting them? You putting them on a major trial
on
out
a
the gate?
high-profile case?
Mm-hmm. Of course you're not.
You're gonna work them in slow,
right? You're gonna have somebody that's been there for a while that knows what they're doing, before you just throwing somebody that's straight out of college, right? And we're taking somebody straight out of college and throwing them in there.
Because honestly, you should have traded up into the teens if you wanted a tackle. You should have traded up to the teens because that's when all the tackles started going. There was Joe at 6.
No, I'm sorry. Hold on. Narome is almost there. He's almost there. But Makari wasn't able to block Chris Jones. Right. That's why
correct.
Johnson did a terrible job this offseason. You don't have anybody capable of blocking Chris Jones. You don't have anybody capable of blocking TJ Watt. You don't have anybody capable of blocking Myles Garrett. They did a bad job.
Yeah, because you could have gotten a better tackle if you wanted to draft one and play a rookie. You could have gotten a better tackle in the first round. Talisi Fuaga, who went to the Saints at 14. Troy Fontenot, who went to Pittsburgh at 20. You had Oluwu Foshanohu, who went 11 to the Jets. And then you could have drafted one of them. You know, you could have drafted them. And then you had the other two tackles in J.C. Latham and Joe Alt. They were in the top 10. You weren't getting those two. Those were out of the question. But you could have gotten Rodgers' teammate Troy or Talisi Fuaga
or be aggressive and trade into the top 10.
So what you're saying
or you could do that.
So what you're saying is we didn't need Rasheen Ali nor Dennis Leary.
No, you didn't. Because you end up putting Dennis Leary on the practice squad. You kind of basically cut him. You wasted your 6th round pick for that.
They could have traded into the top 10. Now, no, they weren't going to do that because that's just the brand that EDC likes to put out there. But they absolutely could have done it. Like, teams get aggressive when they want to get somebody that they want. Mm-hmm. But I ask this every year. Okay, like, not what are they going to do? We talk about what they should do. They don't do a lot of things that we say they should do. But if you're saying, oh no, it's not worth it, and they have to give up too much, what do we do with the picks? Every year we get all these picks, and we have no expectations for them. Mm-hmm. If TJ Tampa turns out to be just like Pepe Williams, we're not going to say anything. We'll make a little joke and say, "Oh, he didn't work out. He got to go." No.
Or Kyle Kelly or Sean Wade,
right, or Jalen Armour Davis next year, no. Right? If the wide receiver we got, what's his name?
Devontae Walker.
Tez Walker doesn't work out.
You see how Ravens fans turn on people so quick though. He ain't even Tez no more. He's the full name now.
First of all,
Devontae J. Walker.
You don't deserve the nickname.
If he doesn't work out, we're not gonna sit there and be like, dang man, another one didn't work out. It'll just be another guy that didn't work out. If Adisa Isaac doesn't work out, we won't think twice about it. Rasheen Ali doesn't work out, we won't think twice about it. If Nick Samac doesn't work out, we won't think twice about it.
Oh, so you just gonna pick on
Leary
all the inactives.
Already got cut.
You picking on all the inactives, huh?
Yeah.
The drafted that couldn't help the team today.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
Leary already got cut. If all these guys don't work out, we don't think twice about it. Mm-hmm. All those picks could be used to help to move up in the draft.
Right.
I saw a screen grab of I'm gonna connect this to it. Speaking of bad draft class, like I remember Jacksonville's draft class where they drafted C.J. Henderson. Mm-hmm. None of those players panned out. Zero. Like Caleb Von Chaselon was cut, C.J. was cut. Could this be in a sense that draft class where you wasted picks?
What's wrong, B?
He knows that 4 of those players ended up in Carolina because the Jacksonville scout got hired by Carolina. He knows that.
And thank you, Dandy, for thank you, Dandy, for controlling the chat. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you,
Dandy. I want to remind the other people with wrenches that you also have wrenches. Okay,
right.
Don't just put it on down. Don't just be watching. Okay, help Danity out.
Yeah, this ain't group project Danity's team leader. All right, you all independent contractors.
I'm watching the chat.
We pay you well.
Hey, Danity don't play, by the way.
She don't.
There was one day a guy E was in there, and E likes to type in all caps, and Danity's like, I don't like your attitude, man. And she blocked him. And E called me, was like, yo, why they block me? I was like, man, you pissed Danity off, man. I can't, I'll talk to her, get you off timeout, get time served or whatever. But it is what it is.
We'll get you on probation. We'll post bail.
Danity run that chat. I ain't got that's nothing to do with me.
Yo, man, I'll be like, let me delete this post real quick. Boop, Danny already got it. It's like, okay.
If Danity blocked you, I don't want to hear it because you was wrong.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right, look, still going strong. Over 120 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. All right. If you're trying to type in the chat, this is we're in subscriber only mode. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And man, Baltimore should hire Danity to block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilaf Ross says EDC isn't half the GM Ozzy was. Most aren't.
True.
Him and Harbaugh are two peas in the same vegan salad.
Oh!
This the NFL. We need that protein.
Oh!
Oh, Pilaf, you hit a soft spot with
no.
somebody up here.
Oh, oh no.
None of that fake chicken. That beat meat. You know what I mean? Impossible burger. Get out of here. Give me that
Yeah,
Oh,
food.
man.
He said that chicken got the strip sack tonight.
Ouch.
Speaking of sacks, Olway really disappointed me. He missed a couple. They all did.
Mr. Whitford.
They all did. We should have brought back Clowney if we were going to do that. But too many times Mahomes escaped and broke off for big runs. We can't have that happen.
Shout out to
We
Ajabo.
just can't happen.
Now,
Antonio says the Ravens want to play a brand of football that doesn't win in the NFL anymore. It's literally that simple. Yeah. That's all that's all me and B are trying to say on here and Hendo. Like they want to win with that hard-nosed defense and run the ball, right? And hold teams to 13 points. And you can't do that in today's NFL.
And then they also don't run the ball or play hard-nosed defense.
Right.
Because most teams, most teams average over 20 points a game unless you're like a really bad team like the New York Giants. You know what I mean? They're just not at all. Like most teams average over 20 points a game. You know what I mean? Even the bad teams can drop 30 on any given Sunday. Like, we saw it last year in a Carolina game against Green Bay. For weeks, everyone's like, Carolina's garbage. And then boom, they almost beat Green Bay. Green Bay beats them, but they had 30. You know what I mean? So like most teams, their assets are on the offensive side. Most teams let their defenders walk. The other teams pay their defenders because they still believe like, oh, Baltimore still exists. They'll give Roquan Smith the $100 million contract that Chicago doesn't want to give him because we'll just trade you away and replace you in aggregate. You know what I mean? Because that's how it is. Since Kansas City let their best cornerback walk, like we don't need you anymore.
And they went and they got Xavier Worthy, who scored 2 touchdowns in that.
Exactly. Instead of drafting a corner.
Daniel Franklin
Thank you,
says,
Buffalo.
if that's what they want, don't pay your quarterback $50+ million a year. You can't win if you don't pay your quarterback. Well, no. Let me not say that. You can win. It's just unbelievably difficult and not sustainable. They would be fired.
They would. Yeah. This group can't win without Lamar. They would have been gone.
So,
right. Like when I say we can't win, that they can't have a winning record without Lamar.
Yeah, man.
They absolutely need Lamar. And whatever move that they plan to make, it has to be with Lamar or they're toast.
And
what's going on,
nowadays-
33 Lady Ram? Thanks for coming through. Ravens flock. As much as I love Lamar, I wish he had left.
Me too.
Also, the quarterback thing.
Me too.
Most of these, the $50 million a year quarterback is now the discount guy. It used to be like, oh, now he's the highest paid guy. Now it's like, oh, we got him at a discount, less than 50 million. You know what I mean? Like Patrick and him are like, we're cheap compared to the deals Burrow got and
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence got CJ Stroud's about to get CJ Stroud's about to
Dak
Prescott. They're about to get 60, 65 million. And Baltimore and Kansas City are like, thank the Lord we got that deal done now instead of down the road.
What I wanted last year was for him to win. I mean, he got the league MVP. I wanted him to be Super Bowl MVP, and I wanted him to hold out again. I mean, look, I'm glad he's here. I'm a Ravens fan, but I did not want him to sign the deal that he signed. I wanted him to take it all throughout the season. But hey, well, you ain't gonna pay me. You ain't gonna win. We'll see who lasts.
Right.
Right. Like,
also, too,
you'll be fired before they let me go.
Also, too, they always talk about his contract. Like, oh, he got 50 million. He hasn't won anything. Yeah. What did Joe Burrow do? What did Justin Herbert do? Trevor Lawrence, Jack Prescott. What have they done? For the past 10 years, there's been 2 quarterbacks who've won multiple Super Bowls. It's Patrick and Tom Brady, and that's it. And then that weird one where Matthew Stafford won one, which I believe ruined the NFL because I don't like I used to call him a loser. Now I'm like, you can't call him a loser anymore, Ferris. He has a Super Bowl. It's like, no, it's whatever. But that's not the point I'm making. Sorry,
I hate his
Josh
brother.
Hosman wants to know where would Lamar have gone. Not that
Miami.
teams who handle passing attacks better than the Ravens are unheard of. I wouldn't have wanted him somewhere else worse though. Wait. Not that many. Are you saying not that many teams who handle passing attacks better than the Ravens? Well, that's good for the defense. What's that do for the quarterback?
He
Right?
would have gone to Miami,
Mm-hmm.
or he
Yeah,
would have
Miami.
gone to Atlanta. But I think we all know that the league, the owners were colluding against Lamar and him getting the contract he wanted, and not even just him getting the contract he wanted, but a quarterback of that stature at that age being a free agent. It's their
But that
worst nightmare.
collusion would have only worked going into that season, right? That was a short term okay because we got quarterbacks coming up, about to get paid. But if the
Yeah,
Ravens
DeWan.
didn't get the deal done, all bets would have been off. They'd be like, you know what? Hey, we gave you a shot. Sorry, we need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We need a quarterback. I'm not, I'm not to blame because you couldn't get, sign your guy. He's out there now. We're getting him. We're gonna pay him.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because owners aren't loyal to each other. They're loyal to each other for a short amount of time. They'll squat up for a minute to preserve their money. Then all bets are off again.
Facts. I guarantee you, if Dallas, if Dak Prescott had been a free agent and Lamar was out there, Jerry Jones would have got him. Jerry Jones don't care about nobody else but Dallas.
That's why people hate him.
I bet you, San Francisco right now would be like, "Hey, Brock, thanks for your services. You have to go."
Right.
Yeah. Imagine Lamar. Let's say just Stephen Ross was like, bye Tua. And you have Lamar with Tyreek, Jalen, Raheem, Devon A. Chain with Mike McDaniel, and you're like, what?
Bruh.
And what the hell is?
Who's
A
stopping
lot
that
of
track
teams
team?
think about that.
Ain't nobody stopping that track team. And then you put him in San Francisco, where you have Kyle Shanahan, running game guru. He doesn't have to run the ball, but the problem is Kyle Shanahan don't know when Kyle Shanahan's been given the clay this greatness, he usually messes it up because he doesn't know how to operate with quarterbacks like that. We've seen it happen. He destroyed RG3. He didn't know how to develop Trey Lance. I don't think he would have worked with Lamar Jackson because I think
First of all, Lamar negates all that.
You're right. You're probably right about that. Imagine him with Brandon Ayuk and Debo and George Kittle. That sounds amazing.
And Christian coming out of the backfield
CMC.
instead of Justice Hill. Imagine what that would look like.
That's a valid point, but I think he would have worked better in Miami because Mike McDaniel, the way he uses the speed, it's pretty cool.
That's right, Josh. Yeah. Lamar, Miami, they might not have lost the game.
No.
Good gracious.
They would have probably dropped 80 on Denver instead of 70. Sorry, Adelia.
All right,
what I remind you about that game.
All right, it is almost 1:30 in the morning. I gotta work in the morning.
Hey man, that's your decision, bro, not me.
Wow, man.
Unlike these guys here.
I guess.
I
I
get to work tomorrow.
I don't.
I do. So Hendo doesn't work because he was at the game.
Oh no, I didn't say I was at the game. I just took off. No.
That's what you told me. Why you were taking off?
No, I said mentally I was at the game.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, I said in my mind.
We still got 130 people in here going strong. Salute to y'all, man. While we're here, and you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. All right, and if you want to support the channel even more, head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/LBHTShow. All right. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to our overtime show, which happens every Wednesday night after our main show that starts at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, the LBHT show. All right, that's a lot of fun. Also gives you access to our Discord channel. So you see how the chat is going right now. It's going crazy. That's how it is in our Discord. It's a lot of fun. We talk about anything and everything over there. All right. Also, if you want to sign up for the $10 tier, we got a nice little coin for you. Oh, you can't. It's not showing. There we go. Yeah, I changed my camera setting, but we got a nice little coin. All right, trust me, it's nice. We got a bunch of different tiers, man. Go and check it out and see which one is right for you. It is well worth the price of admission. So once again, patreon.com/LBHT shows how you do it. Also, These gentlemen over here, they have their own channels. Hendo, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at the Rogue Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Also, I have a Discord as well that you can join. Like you said, you can come get into the Discord for $5 a month. Also, if you sign up right now, you've only missed one game and you can get into my Pick'ems League. And you can win you some hardware like this because Kansas City ain't the only ones going for a three-peat.
Fraudulent ass round.
Actually, I'm going for 2 3-peats because I have the Pick'ems and the LBHT for the last 2 years as
Fraud.
well. So I got 2 3-peats going on. So
Cheap.
if you want to get in and think that you can get some rings too,
You win any leagues that matter?
Ferris, let the people know where they can find you.
Heresy, I say. Heresy. Guys, my name is Ferris Maloney. You can find me at Ferris Maloney on Twitter. On the Let's Get Ready Network, the highlights every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, and 2 o'clock Mountain. Apparently that time does exist.
Yes, there you go.
That's what I was told.
All right. All right.
But you talk
we'll keep
NFC
it going for a
East.
couple more minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My bad. You know, I guess you can cut me off. I'm cool with me.
he pulled the first.
No.
cool.
Go ahead. Finish. You talk NFC East?
NFC East, Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern, guys. Damn, now I know how y'all feel when I do it. You know, I should stop doing it. Yeah, you know, damn, I'm a horrible person.
You are.
Yeah.
And
you don't listen.
Done. You're still not done, Ferris.
Yeah, you're not done.
Oh my God.
What's your other channel?
What
I
about
also do the Let's Get Ready Network entertainment channel. We talk movies, TVs, you name it. We review stuff. You know, I'm on that channel. I'll be reviewing stuff. Currently on the sports channel, we're reviewing Serena Williams' documentary In the Arena. But we also, you know, review a bunch of stuff. You know, we review, you know, Delia does. You know, we did the Bratz documentary review. We're gonna do a bunch of. We got like the 90s, like it was called. I think it was a 90 Kids review where I talk about all the stars in the 90s. We review a lot of stuff. You like movies? You like TV? You like fantasy stuff? Like you know, Lord of the Rings, some Star Wars. Let's Get Ready Network, the highlights. I mean, the entertainment channel. There it is.
you're still not done?
No, really? Damn. How many?
Did you mention that you're going to be doing play-by-play for the Giants?
There it is. Thank you very much, guys.
Dope.
Every Giants game this coming up season, I'll be doing play-by-play for them. Right? That's what I'll be. I'll be wearing a suit, tie, having the full barrage, calling games, kind of like a radio broadcast. But you're gonna see me on there. I can't stream the game because if I do, they'll take down my channel. So it's more of an audio thing with some like a video component being like you can hear me. Put me on in the background while you're watching the game. You know, Giants fans, non-Giants fans, come around. Brother trying to get on air with ESPN, Fox, you name it. I'm trying to bring back the glory of the play-by-play, man. You know what it is. Some Howard Cosell, Pat Summerall stuff. You know what I mean. Not that nepotism stuff that we see on NBC.
Both of their links are in the description. All right, go over there and hit the subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. All right.
Shout out to the people.
Read a few more comments, and we are getting up out of here. I gotta get up in the morning, man. It's already the morning.
It is.
This is crazy. After a Ravens loss. Sheesh. Let's see. What we got here? Yes, Danny says, yep, 134 in the chat. Hit the like and subscribe button for more content all season long. Indeed. D-Bank says, love seeing fans losing faith in the team after one game. I'm here for it all. I'm rocking with my guys through whatever. Yeah, no, look, we support the team, but you have to, part of being a fan, D-Banks, is holding your team accountable, holding your front office accountable. You can't just be a rah-rah person and just go along with everything that they're doing. Then they don't take you seriously. Then they think you're chumps. Then they just say, hell, well, we can do whatever we want. The fans going to rock with us. Nah, you got to say, hey, man, this isn't acceptable. Okay? Like, the Chiefs fan base set a standard, right? They expect to win Super Bowls.
You saw that Washington Commanders executive, right? He was talking about you, D-Banks. He was talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about us.
Yeah. I need to see a more reliable video source than that, because yes, it looked bad, but that dude O'Keefe, he's known for doctoring videos. He's a complete. Who, the O'Keefe guy?
No, the Washington Commanders guy.
He's been fired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. So, yeah. That, but we'll talk about that another day. But yes, you have to hold your team accountable. Okay, you have to criticize your team when they're doing things. The things that everything that we've talked about today are things that we've talked about since last year. This isn't a just a overreaction to tonight's game. We've been said that the O line was bad. We've been said that they need to focus on the O line. We said that from the time they signed Derrick Henry and everybody's happy about getting Derrick Henry. We're like, yeah, but what about the O line? Yeah, what about the wide receivers? Right? When the draft came, you can look. I mean, it's on this channel. It's on Coach's channel. We Coach hosted the stream. We streamed on our channel as well. You can look at our reaction. When they drafted Nate Wiggins, the three of us here didn't like it. We said, "Where's the O line?" When they drafted Rosengarten, we're like, "I guess, hopefully he can man the right side." But our concern is the O line. We've been consistent all off season. So tonight, when the O line doesn't play well, we're like, "Hey, this is what we're talking about. They got to do better." That's holding your team accountable, right? And we're going to continue to do that. Killer Cam says that talk will never win us a Super Bowl. I mean, we're just fans. We don't play the game, right?
He's not talking about us.
Oh,
He's talking about the blind loyalty.
well, yeah. I mean, whether we're loyal or not, I mean, it's up to Lamar and company and Harbaugh and them to do it. But like we can do our part in terms of just kind of putting the pressure on them as much as we can as fans. So I don't know. Like, yes, I feel good about them for the year. I think we're going to have a good year. I think we're going to go to the playoffs. I think we'll win a division, but we have to go through the Chiefs. That's inevitable. So we got to play it better than this.
Glad we don't have these problems in Carolina.
You sure don't.
You don't.
Not at all. We got our guy and we built a wall around him.
And you know what? We don't have those problems either because we don't even have our guy.
That's right. Stress-free Sundays, Ferris.
Exactly.
Stress-free Sundays.
Exactly. No guy, no offensive line, no worries. Just my career and play-by-play. That's my only worry.
All right, y'all, man. We got to get out of here. All right. Still 100 people in here going strong. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Also, if you're into boxing, I mean, we haven't put out a video in a little while. We're going to do that soon. Ring Kings podcast is the channel. All right. Me and B do that with our brother OTR Mike. All right. Mikey will tell you it's the best boxing podcast out there. All right. We would say don't quote us on that, but check it out. All right.
Quote me on that.
Put you on that.
Yeah.
He said quote him on that. You can quote him.
You
can quote us on that.
Best boxing podcast around.
Facts.
All right. Yeah, we got some fights coming up, so we're gonna get back on that channel and put some videos out. But all right, B is a Panthers fan. Maybe I can talk him into doing a stream after their win on Sunday.
Yes.
All right. We'll see. B is he's being real quiet over there.
He'll do it.
And then Monday we'll be on Coach's channel. That's Sip to Tally Films for the Ravens Roundup. Go over there, subscribe, and we'll be giving our reaction to this game. And we'll look. Who we play next? Who's next on the schedule?
Next is the Raiders. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a get right game.
Or maybe it's not the Raiders. I gotta check now.
All right.
I know they have. I know they have a lot of tough games early on.
Yeah, we got the Raiders. We got Dallas. We got Buffalo.
The Raiders
and Washington. And Washington. Well, not tough games. Those are like the next 4 games.
Yeah. Raiders, Cowboys, Buffalo, Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati.
Then Washington.
Okay. We'll see about Washington. They could be tough. They're potentially tough. We'll see what Jay and Dan is talking about.
Yeah, it's decent.
At Dallas, home for Buffalo, and at Cincinnati is a rough stretch.
Yeah. Home for Buffalo, I think we'll be all right.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to lose those games for sure. I'm saying that's a tough
tough.
3-week.
You
stretch.
could go.
And listen, the gardener is not somebody you look past. Y'all found that out last year.
He beat us last time. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
Yeah. You could go 0 for 3 or 3-0. That's how.
Max Crosby is gonna destroy our O line. Yeah, we're gonna have some issues with the O line. I think by like week 5 or 6, they'll start to look better.
And did they sign Christian Wilkins?
This did it. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Jay the Six said he gonna be live streaming if the Panthers win.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
You guys are against the Giants on December 15th.
Who?
Ravens.
Nobody cares
Okay. We're not worried about that.
at all.
Well, y'all said that.
But they did beat us last time.
You know what I mean? That
That was
one in the 17-1.
You know what you don't have now? Saquon Barkley.
Well, you know what? That's a valid point. I'm not going to argue.
We're getting out of here. B, hit him with the outro. Hit him with the outro.
All right, Rich Homie Quan.
Everybody have a great night.
Oh my God.
We will
Great
see
morning.
you Sunday. Peace.
Man, get out of here, dude.